our Xaxis tech stack, if you call that our tech stack, together with AppNexus, in which we have a 16% interest, is working very well. We have a disclosed model where we ask clients to opt in, and Xaxis has been very successful. I think along with Criteo is probably, those two are the two biggest programmatic platforms, and we track our statistics against Criteo, very similarly sized companies. Criteo focusing on the what I would call the long tail, which is more the Google and Facebook customer. We're focused very much on the short tail or the big spenders as opposed to the SMEs and small and medium size. I often think about Facebook and Google when these, when we give our numbers out. So Google, if we will probably spend about $5.6 billion this year against $4 billion last year, and on Facebook, $1.7 billion this year versus about $1 billion last year. Those numbers, you can't then use those as the numerator and the total ad spend of Facebook and Google as the denominator, because there's the long tail in there, and we don't traditionally, in fact even now, work with the long tail. That might change over time, but we don't. So Facebook and Google now, I think within a very short period of time, Google is our biggest media investment on behalf of our clients. Facebook this year will probably be 1.7 billion. There are a number of traditional media owners that we're spending 1.7 on, or as much as 2.25 billion on. But I would expect in 2017, either Facebook becomes number 2 to Google, or maybe that will take 2018. But essentially, what you see in the Marinica stats of Google 4-1 was certainly true last year when we were 4 billion with Google, 1 billion with Facebook. This year, the ratio is slightly less. We'll be at 5.5, 5.6 versus 1.7, so it'll be about 3.5 to 1. But those statistics mirror very much what you see with Marinica. So that's a big change. We are a little bit of a third force to Google and DoubleClick and Facebook and Atlas. The other third forces around the Snapchat, and even talking, for example, today to several people from Google, they clearly believe that Snapchat is really the potential third force. I think they're a little bit less convinced about the importance of AOL and Yahoo and Verizon, which we would very much like to see gather traction and become a third force. I mean, if Xaxis and AppNexus are a bit of a third force, you have Yahoo and AOL and Verizon. Together, those this year will probably be about 750 million. So 750, 1.7, 5.5 are the sort of the triple play, if you like, of digital. So I think there's another third force, but Snapchat really is the one that you hear a lot of investors, a lot of hedge funds and institutional investors talking about, and they have a great belief in Evan Spiegel and his ability. I mean, for example, at lunch today, one of the Google people was saying that what they've done on mobile video is extremely effective and extremely strong, and their thinking is very flexible and very responsive. So clearly they're a potential threat to the duopoly. And then I think probably coming up behind that is AOL. But Tim and his colleagues have a lot to do, obviously, to make that work. There's a lot of hard work there. But I think it could be very interesting. I was speaking to somebody also at lunch who used to work at AOL, and he thinks there may be some other pieces that they have to put into the jigsaw to make it even stronger. But they have a shot too of creating that third force. But we need more balance in the marketplace. And in a way, the deal that we're doing with Vice, or the shareholding that we've taken many years ago with Vice, and then this deal that we've done to explore their data insights and their content, are another good example of us trying to broaden the marketplace for our clients. Our clients want more choice. They don't want restricted choice.